What's up, gang? It's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Well, a couple things. I want to talk about subscription models tonight and some lessons from Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, etc. Before I do that, though, I just want to make a point here on content. It was a pretty long week for me. I was pretty tired today. Right now it's maybe 9 o'clock, maybe. I don't know. It's close to 9 o'clock. And I was like, I'm ready for bed at 8:30. So I came upstairs and I'm like, my video, my post. I got to do my post. And if this were any other year besides this year, right, I might have just gone to bed. But here's the thing I want you to understand about leadership. At least this is what I'm experiencing. When I have said that I am committed to leading this conversation in the world about marketing for the rest of us. And then I know that there are those of you out there who are watching and or listening to the show. Like, I'm clear you're watching my behavior, right? To see a couple things. One, you might be tuning in because you want to know, what is Chris going to say today? Or you're watching and you're like, is he for real? Is he going to keep doing it? Even though I think I've proved myself for 244 episodes as of this episode, 244 days in a row, okay? You're just, people watch. People watch. They watch you to see if you show up. Do you show up? Are you consistent? And so sometimes you're not consistent in your marketing because you're not in touch with the fact that you're leading people, or you've never said it that way to yourself and to others, that this is the conversation I'm leading and this is who this conversation is for. And so how marketing has occurred for you has been like this thing you do, and you don't know if anybody participates or not. And it's not really a conversation you lead. It's a thing you do to try to make a sale. And so because there's no tribe, because there's no people watching you, it's easy for you to just not show up. It's easy on the days you're tired to not do the work. But when you know that you're leading a conversation and that people are watching, it is a lot easier. It was easier for me to show up tonight knowing that some of you would be watching, right? That you would be observing me. Is he going to show up? Oh, he missed a day. See, but I didn't miss this day, did I? So here I am. Okay, well, I just want you to know that when you create the context that the conversation you're leading is for others, and others are observing to see if you're legit and real, if you're going to show up or not, it makes it easier to show up. Okay, let's talk about subscription models. I love subscription models. One of the easiest ways for you to grow your income year after year, not keep the same number of dollars year after year, but increase your dollars year after year, is through a subscription model. Okay, so one of the problems or challenges, thought processes we can have around subscription models is, why would somebody stay? I don't know if they're going to stay that long, or maybe they won't pay me that much, or I'm not exactly sure what your thoughts are about it, but those are some of mine. So it's interesting. I noticed the other day that I had these subscriptions. I've had them for a long time now, right? I have a subscription to Netflix that I happily pay for. I have a subscription to Amazon Prime that I happily pay for. I have a subscription to Hulu that I happily pay for. And I happily pay extra on Hulu to not have commercials. And I have been a member of those subscriptions for years. And I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. So do you see how, if you do a subscription model right, people stay. People stay. And this is what allows your income to grow. This year, let's say this year I got 35 subscribers. And they stayed this year, and they stayed next year. And then next year, I added another 35 subscribers. So now I have 70 subscribers, and they stayed that year and the next year. And so you can start to see how, if you design your programs right, you can actually create a subscription model in here somewhere where people join the subscription, and rather than the trend, which I think in a lot of coaching programs is people bounce from the subscription model, that people would actually want to stay in your subscription model. So let's unpack why I stay with Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon and haven't bounced after years. All right, well, the first is I like to binge watch shows, and they have a lot of shows for me to be able to binge watch. In the old days, right, for those of you that remember, like we would have to arrange our schedule to watch our favorite show on the night it was on. And that's how advertisers, got us, because they knew we'd be sitting down to watch our show. Well, now I like Hulu, Amazon, and Netflix because I can actually watch it when I want to watch it. So I like that. That's convenient for me. And I don't always know when I'm going to want to watch something. So, month after month, I have the option to, if I want, to sit down and watch something. Okay, the next thing that I really like about it is there are shows on each of those apps that I really like. They have shows I like. And I find new ones through recommendations. People are like, oh, this is a good show, and I'll watch that show. So they have shows I like. Now, that's a duh statement, right? Duh. And yet, there is a lesson in that for us in, let's say, a coaching business that if we continue to provide value that people like, and I don't mean value as in whatever subjectively you see as value, but I mean value as in the people subscribing. Like, they're like, yes, I stay in this subscription and I'm happy to pay this money because of the value that this subscription brings to my life. According to them, right? So when you continue to provide things that make their life better, they stay. They stay in the subscription, okay? But this is the interesting part. If Netflix stopped having shows I'd like, they could have 1 million shows in their app, but if I didn't like any of them, I would not pay for the subscription. The only reason I pay this subscription is because there's value, okay? Now that levels the playing field, right? Because it means that you as the provider content or provider of the whatever in the subscription better stay on your A game. You better not get lazy, because if you get lazy, people will leave. They don't want to leave. Like, if I don't want to leave Netflix, because if they can provide cool Netflix originals, I'm all about it. Let's do it. I want to stay. But it keeps you on your toes to continue to provide value, and that's good for you. Why? Because it forces you to continue to grow. It's easy to coast. When you get success, when you taste success, it's easy to just coast. And when you coast, you get soft. When you get soft, people leave. So it's good. It's good. You got to keep providing value for people to stay, okay? So I think I'll end it there. I mean, that's enough for now. I think there's some good places for you to go look if you're considering subscription models. One, what would you have to provide on a monthly basis that would be valuable for people? And some of that's trial and error, right? It's not like every show Amazon creates is a home run, right? But you've got to try some stuff to see what works. Okay. Next, if it makes their life better, I guess that's part of value, right? But you also have to think about who do you have to become? Who do you have to become to keep staying ahead and creating more and more value, okay? So that you don't coast. All right? So here's to you, gang, creating your subscription models. If you want to learn how to start the conversation, lead the conversation in the world that results in subscription models, you can go to groundswellmethod.com, watch a free video, and on the last page of the video is a application for my 6-week program called the Groundswell Method Intensive, where this entire journey of program design, etc., starts right there in that 6-week program, where we go to work on your message. Because without a message, there is nothing to lead in the world. You have to lead a conversation, and from that conversation now you can begin to instruct, teach, coach, guide people who want to make a difference in the conversation that you're leading. Okay, so that's it for tonight, gang. Thanks for hanging out with me in this episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Here's to you and your subscription models.